All right, let's do this. Ahrefs time. You know you've got to tackle this SEO beast eventually.
It's a popular one.
Right, everyone's talking about it. And I know you've been wanting to wrap your head around it too, so no better time than now, right?
Exactly. I think, what's really interesting about Ahrefs is it's not just about the tools, it's the data. They've
Yeah.
built this amazing foundation of data.
Yeah, the data. I have to tell you, like, prepping for this, I was looking at some of the stats and I was like, what petabytes of data? A supercomputer named Yup1, that's like top 50 globally, and their web crawler, RFSpot, is the third most active crawler in the world. What does that even mean for us SEO folks?
It means they have a deep understanding of the web. I mean, their crawler is constantly going out there, gathering information on billions of web pages, and it just gives them a unique perspective on keywords, backlinks, you name it.
Okay, so let's bring it down to earth for a sec. Like, let's say I'm a small business owner, I've got a website, I'm trying to rank higher in Google. How does all this data help me?
Okay, so let's say you're a baker. You've got this amazing website for your bakery. Ahrefs Keyword Explorer, for example, could help you find keywords that people in your area are searching for, but that aren't super competitive, like best sourdough recipe or custom cake designs.
So instead of trying to rank for just like bakery, which would be impossible because, all the big brands, I can get really specific with my keyword.
Exactly. You can find that sweet spot where you can actually compete.
That makes a lot of sense.
And that's just one example.
Okay, so lots of data, super valuable.
Yeah.
But how do we actually access and use this data? This is where the Ahrefs tools come in, right?
Yes. They have this whole suite of tools designed to help with specific aspects of SEO.
Yeah.
You've got Site Explorer for analyzing websites, Keywords Explorer for keyword research, Site Audit, that's for technical SEO.
The scary one.
Right. Rank Tracker to keep an eye on your rankings, and Content Explorer, that's for content marketing.
Okay, that's a lot of tools. It's like a whole Swiss Army knife for SEO. So let's break them down one by one, starting with Site Explorer. What's that all about?
Site Explorer is your go-to tool for looking at any website, whether it's yours or your competitors. It gives you the full picture. Organic traffic, keywords, backlink profile, the whole 9 yards.
Speaking of backlinks, Ahrefs has this huge backlink index, right? The world's largest. And they update it every 15, 30 minutes. That's pretty impressive.
It is. It means you always have the latest info on who's linking to your competitors, what kind of content is attracting those links, and helps you find opportunities to build links to your own site.
So I could see that, let's say, my competitor is getting tons of traffic from guest posts on a specific blog, and then I could reach out to that blog myself.
Exactly. It's all about strategic link building.
Clever. Okay, next up, Keywords Explorer. This is where the magic happens for keyword research, right?
Yes. It helps you uncover those valuable keywords, analyze their difficulty, and most importantly, understand the search intents behind them. Because it's not just about high search volume, it's about understanding what people actually want when they type those keywords into Google.
Right, right. So going back to our baker, it's not just about ranking for cakes. It's about figuring out if people are looking for recipes or decorating tips or local bakeries.
Precisely. And Ahrefs can help you figure that out by analyzing those SRP features that show up for those keywords. Image packs, featured snippets.
Ah, yes. SRP features, they can make a huge difference. I've noticed that.
They do. And speaking of features, Keywords Explorer even has AI-powered keyword generation.
Ooh, AI. That sounds fancy.
It is. You give it a seed keyword, like sourdough bread, and it generates a ton of related keywords grouped by topics. Saves you so much time.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Now, the next one, Site Audit. I'll be honest, this one makes me a little nervous. It feels like Ahrefs is going to crawl through my website with a magnifying glass, finding every little mistake.
I get it. But think of it as a checkup. It's going to find any technical or on-page issues that are affecting your website's performance.
So it's more like, hey, here's how you can improve your website rather than you messed up.
Exactly. It's all about identifying those areas for improvement.
Okay, maybe not so scary after all. All right, next we have Rank Tracker. This one seems pretty straightforward. It tracks my keyword rankings, right?
It does. But it's much more than a simple ranking report. You can see your progress over time, see how you stack up against your competitors, and even track your performance for those valuable SRP features we talked about.
Yeah, those SRP features, I definitely want to be ranking for those.
They can make a big difference. Rank Tracker helps you keep an eye on those opportunities.
Cool, cool. I like it. And last but not least, we have Content Explorer. What's that one all about?
This is a content marketer's dream. You can find top-performing content in any niche, And, this is my favorite part, discover link buildable opportunities.
Oh, I've heard good things about this. Tell me more about those link building opportunities.
It's amazing. One of the coolest features is finding broken link building opportunities. Content Explorer can actually identify dead pages with backlinks.
So let's say someone linked to an article about, I don't know, the science of sourdough, but that article's gone now.
Exactly. You find that broken link, reach out to the website owner, and suggest your own content as a replacement.
That's brilliant.
Right. Everyone wins. It's a win-win situation. You get a backlink, they get to fix their website.
I'm going to try that. Okay, so we've got all these incredible tools powered by all that data and that supercomputer. It's a lot to take in. But the question is, how do we actually use it all effectively? How do we go from data to, like, action? That's what I really want to know.
That's the key. And that's what we'll explore in the next part of our deep dive. It's all about turning insights into action.
All right, welcome back to Ahrefs land. Last time, we were geeking out over all that data and getting a taste of the tools. But data is only useful if you know what to do with it, right? So how do we take all that raw Ahrefs info and turn it into SEO gold?
That's the million-dollar question, right? It's all about using the data strategically.
Okay, so let's get specific. We touched on Keywords Explorer earlier. How does that tool go beyond just finding keywords with lots of searches?
So let's stick with our baker example. You're trying to rank for chocolate cake recipe. Keywords Explorer can tell you how tough that's going to be.
Right, because it's not just about how many people are searching, but also how many other websites are trying to rank for that same keyword.
Exactly. Ahrefs has this metric called keyword difficulty, and it gives you a score from 0 to 100, 100 being like the hardest.
Oh, I see. So it looks at the competition and tells you how hard it would be to outrank them.
Yeah, it considers things like the backlink profiles of those top ranking pages, so you get a realistic picture.
Okay, that makes sense. But what if the keyword difficulty is, like, super high? Does that mean I should just give up on that keyword?
Not necessarily. It might just mean you need to adjust your approach. Maybe you focus on a longer, more specific keyword like best gluten-free chocolate cake recipe. There might be less competition there.
Ah, that's smart. So it's like a strategy tool as much as a keyword research tool.
Exactly.
Cool. Okay, what about Content Explorer? You mentioned it's awesome for finding link building opportunities. Can you walk me through how that works?
So imagine you wrote this amazing blog post about the history of sourdough bread.
Okay, I love sourdough.
Right. So you can use Content Explorer to find websites that have written about sourdough in the past, but maybe their links to other articles are broken now.
So, like, they might have linked to an article about, I don't know, the science of sourdough, but that article doesn't exist anymore.
Yep, you got it. So you find those broken links, reach out to the website owner, and suggest your blog post as a replacement.
Oh, I get it. So I get a backlink, and they get to fix a broken link on their site. Everybody wins.
Exactly. It's a classic win-win. I use this tactic all the time. It's super effective.
Love it. Okay, so it's not just about optimizing your own website. It's also about understanding the whole SEO landscape, right?
Yeah.
And finding those opportunities to work with other websites.
Absolutely. And that's where competitor analysis comes in. Ahrefs gives you all the tools to really dive deep into what your competitors are doing. You can see their keywords, their content, their backlinks.
Wait, are you saying I can spy on my competitors?
Well, it's not really spying. More like competitive intelligence. You're learning from what's working for them and seeing where you can do even better.
So if I see that a competitor is killing it with a certain type of content, I can create something similar, but even better.
Precisely. You can analyze their content, see what's resonating with their audience, and then take it to the next level.
I like it. Okay, now what about site audit?
Yeah.
We talked about how it's like a website checkup. Can you give me a real-world example of how it helped you fix a problem on your own site?
Sure. One time, I ran a site audit, and it flagged a bunch of broken internal links.
Internal links? You mean links on your own site that were pointing to pages that didn't exist anymore?
Yeah, exactly. So basically, dead ends on my website, not good for users, and definitely not good for SEO.
Yeah, I can see how that would confuse Google.
Right. But Ahrefs flagged those broken links, and I was able to fix them super quickly. Made a big difference in my website's SEO performance.
Wow, so it's like preventive maintenance for your website?
Exactly.
Okay, one last thing. What about historical data? Can Ahrefs show me how my SEO has changed over time?
Oh yeah, for sure. Most of the tools have historical data. It's super helpful for seeing trends, identifying patterns, and understanding how those Google algorithm updates or even your own strategy changes have impacted your website.
So if I notice a big drop in traffic a few months back, I could use Ahrefs to see if it was related to, like, a Google update.
Exactly. Or maybe you made a change to your website that had an unintended consequence. You can analyze your keyword rankings, your backlinks, all that stuff over time.
It's like having a time machine for your website's SEO.
I love that analogy. Learn from the past, optimize for the future.
I'm feeling very inspired right now. Okay, this is all amazing, but I'm guessing there's even more to discover. What other insights can we squeeze out of this Ahrefs data goldmine?
You're right. There's always more. Let's talk about some advanced features and strategies in the next part. Buckle up.
All right, welcome back to Ahrefs World. We've gone deep on the data, we've explored the tools, and we've learned how to turn all those insights into actual strategies. But I have a feeling there's more. What other Ahrefs goodies are you ready to spill?
Oh, there are always more layers to peel back, especially with a platform like Ahrefs. Let's talk about some of those more advanced features, the stuff that can really give you a competitive edge.
Ooh, yes. Give me the secret weapons. Where do we start?
One of my favorite things to do is go beyond the predefined SEO issues and site audit. Actually digging into the raw data that Ahrefs collects.
Oh, interesting. So instead of just seeing a list of errors, I can actually play with the data itself.
Exactly. Ahrefs has these cool tools called Page Explorer and Link Explorer, and they give you so much control over all this granular data for each of your pages, like hundreds of data points.
Okay, I'm picturing myself with a magnifying glass and a deerstalker hat, like Sherlock Holmes of SEO. What kind of insights can I find in all that data?
Well, let's say you have a page that's just not ranking as well as you think it should. You could use Page Explorer to really analyze the content, check for broken links, see what internal and external links are pointing to that page. You can even look at things like reflang tags or structured data.
Hold on, reflang tags and structured data. Those sound pretty technical. What are those?
So reflang tags are basically little bits of code that tell Google what language your content is in and who it's for. It's super important if you have a website in multiple languages.
Right, because you want to make sure that someone searching in, Spain sees the Spanish version of your website, not the English version.
Exactly. And structured data, that's basically a way to mark up your content so search engines can easily understand what it's about.
So if I had a recipe on my website, I can use structured data to tell Google, hey, this is the ingredient list, this is the cooking time, these are the calories, all that good stuff.
You got it. And that makes it easier for Google to show that info in those rich snippets in the search results, which can really boost your click-through rate.
Makes sense. Wow, I'm realizing I need to brush up on my technical SEO. Okay, back to the advanced features. You mentioned custom dashboards.
Yes. Custom dashboards. So Ahrefs integrates with Looker Studio, which lets you create these awesome custom dashboards and reports using Ahrefs data.
Oh, so I could pull out specific data points like my keyword rankings or how fast my backlinks are growing and create my own charts and graphs.
Exactly. And you can even combine Ahrefs data with data from other sources like Google Analytics to create these super comprehensive dashboards.
That's awesome. It's like having a personalized SEO command center. Okay, what else? What other Ahrefs features are you geeking out over?
One that often gets overlooked is the always-on audit, inside audit. It's basically like having Ahrefs constantly monitoring your website for issues.
So if I accidentally break a link or forget to update a page, Ahrefs will let me know right away.
Yep. It's like having a little SEO watchdog on duty 24/7.
I love that. Peace of mind for sure. But, sometimes things do go wrong and we need to fix them fast. Does Ahrefs have any tools for those, like SEO emergencies?
They do. There's a feature called Patches inside audit. It lets you fix some of those basic SEO issues with one click.
Hey, so I don't need to call a developer or learn how to code to fix a broken link or a missing meta description?
Not for the simple stuff. Ahrefs takes care of the technical details, so you can focus on the big picture.
That's amazing. Saves so much time and stress. Okay, so Ahrefs is clearly a powerhouse when it comes to SEO. But what's the biggest takeaway for our listeners who are just starting their Ahrefs journey?
I think it's this. Ahrefs gives you an incredible amount of data and tools to improve your SEO. But it's not just about the data or the tools. It's about developing that data-driven mindset. Understanding how to turn insights into action.
It's about being curious, experimenting, and always learning. SEO is constantly evolving, so we've got to evolve with it.
Exactly. And with Ahrefs, you have everything you need to stay ahead of the curve and reach those SEO goals.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, folks, it's been an incredible deep dive into the world of Ahrefs. We've covered a lot, but there's always more to explore. Head over to Ahrefs' website, try out their free tools, and keep that SEO journey going strong. Thanks for joining us.